Welcome ladies and gentlemen to my Magicka Sorcerer PvE pet build for Homestead. You will find additional information like easy to get gear setup on alcasthq.com/summoner, so you can go check it out there. Now let's get started. First off, we're using the Thief Mundo Stone, like always. Buff food wise, max health and max Magicka, and the normal spell power pots. You will find ingredients on my website if you don't know how to craft those. Then if you want, you can be a vampire, but it is not mandatory. Now in terms of gear, we use 2 pieces Elambris, medium and a heavy one, and then like we have 5 pieces Necropotence. Make sure to have everything in Divine. I simply couldn't find 2 Divine pieces yet, but best of course would be if you have 7 pieces Divine. And then 5 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy, because of the Undaunted passive here, which gives you 6% more overall resources. Together with like all that stuff, you can see like we are at around 51k max Magicka. That's a lot. When somebody in your group uses aggressive warhorn like tank or healer, you will see we have so much magic in total, and the health is also really nice. So it's gonna be 55k. That's insane. Now that's basically it. And then I also use 3 pieces Moon Dancer Jewelry. If you don't have access to this, you could use Willpower, for example. And then we have 2 Maelstrom weapons. You also can use like a Maelstrom stuff if you have, because most of you probably don't have Maelstrom weapons, or just a random stuff if you don't have any of both. Now, champion points wise, we have Arcanist 100, Magician 100, Hardy and Elemental Defender 100, and then we have 40 into Thaumaturge, 95 into Elemental Expert, and 65 into Elfborn. So again, really important, when you have like a shock wall in the group, like somebody uses a wall of shock, then make sure to put 75 points into Thaumaturge, because you will be able to get to off balance the enemies quite a lot, so you get the extra 10%, and this works on bosses as well. That's really important. Now in terms of skills, so first off, like let's start here. Crystal Frag, like this is a really strong skill. We only use it when it procs, okay? So it's instant damage, we don't need to cast it. Then we have Daedric Prey. So this is really strong, as you can see, like it goes off every 6 seconds, and while the curse is active, your pets deal an additional 55% damage to the target. So that's insane, okay? There's so much more, and this pet does so much damage. Now Force Pulse. So this is our main spammable ability when we don't have to reapply dots. Then we have the Volatile Familiar. So this got buffed quite hard, and it deals insane damage now, and like it deals shock damage every 2 seconds over a period of 8 seconds, which is actually great because it lines up with other things. Now Bound Aegis. We want this to get 8% extra max Magicka, and the reason why we don't use Inner Light is because here you see increases your weapon and spell damage by 2% for each sorcerer ability slotted. So that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have 8%. Then we have Shooting Star here. We simply have this here because it gives us another 2% Magicka. Increase your max Magicka by 2% for each magic skill ability slotted, and also on single target fights you want to use this. If you want another pet, you also could use the Atro, which, yep, this one, the Storm Atro. This can actually be also very nice, like they also buff the damage together with Daedric Prey on, it will deal insane damage. And you see like an ally can activate Charged Lightning, giving both the ally and the Atronach Major Berserk, increasing their damage by 25% for 8 seconds. That's an insane damage boost. So if you see Atronach, go get that synergy. Back bar, Blockade of Fire. Really strong. We need a fire blockade because you see burning enemies take 20% more damage from this ability, and when you have a Magicka DK in your group, Engulfing Flames, all your fire skills will deal another 10% damage. Liquid Lightning, this goes on for 10 seconds, only has a 4-meter radius, but it's the strongest dot for you, so it's really important. And then we have the Execute here. Now, if you are unsure or like you feel squishy, you can remove the Execute and use Harness Magic instead. So you have like the shield, it's pretty big, it's like a 17k shield, so when there is huge damage incoming you can save yourself and you're not gonna die. Again the pet here because we need to double slot it, Bound Aegis as well, and now here you can use Fury Rage. Like I really recommend using this on trash fights because it deals a shit ton of damage. Now another thing, pets. So like it is quite difficult to use pets in trials. Like in dungeons it's not really a problem, but in trials sometimes they just don't behave like they should, so that's what I'm saying, like be careful. You can't try the build because you will deal a shit ton of damage as long as the pet does what it should, right? That's the thing. We once tested it and the pet, like it got stuck in the wall, it ran away from the boss and all that kind of things. If you can like nullify those errors, then you will be good to go with this build. It's just not easy because no brain, okay? What else did I miss? Let me just check. Like just to see what passives you need, etc. It's all on my website, on the page of the summoner. Just scroll down and you will see what you need. Yep, that's basically it. Now you ask why don't you use another pet? It's just we lose too much slots if we use 2 pets, and this pet doesn't really do a lot of damage. However, this one is really strong because you have to see this is AoE damage, and like single target fights, I will show you in a second, like only self buffed, it already does like 6 to 7k DPS, and in a trial environment it will do like 9 to 10k single target. That's just fucking broken. Anyway, let's go check out the rotation. Now basically the rotation, like what you want to do is first off start with Liquid Lightning, like I will just do it slowly now, Wall of Fire, and then use the pet skill once, weapon swap, use your Daedric Prey, then Force Pulse, Crystal Frag on cooldown, and when the dots run out on the other bar you weapon swap, Liquid Lightning, Wall of Fire, pet. Then again keep Daedric Prey up all the times, and before the buffs run out, weapon swap again, Wall of Fire, pet, weapon swap, go on. And just to show you how it looks when we do this in a fast rotation. I'll also debuff it so you can see the damage of the mob afterwards. You have to try to keep up the curse as long as possible. It is not easy to do. That's the thing. Now... Come on, pet. Voila. So let's just take a look at the max hit the pet did. Once the fight report shows up. So as you can see, familiar damage pulls. Like, I didn't even bother and it's already did most damage. So the max hit is 17.5k. And it's just like, we don't even have raid buffs. If you have Combat Prayer, Aggressive Warhorn, Off Balanced, it will deal around like 25k damage most likely, maybe even a little bit more. And that every 2 seconds, of course, if it is a crit. We have a little bit low crit, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah. And you actually can see hits. Yep, there, voila. It's just the pet deals so much damage, she's fucking broken. That's what I'm trying to say. Now I will try to do DPS tests once the update goes live and show you some parses. But for now, that's it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.